Hello all my beautiful sisters from those other misters, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing the next installment in my What's Worth It series. This is where I test out all of the products that I own from certain categories. Today we are tackling bronzers. I look at this box and feel like that's too many bronzers, but also I love the way it looks, and in my head I feel like I have less bronzers than this, and I think that's because I tend to always gravitate towards the same bronzers, mostly because they're just kind of like staples in my mind. They're, you know, the ride or die, shall we call them. But while doing this video, I have learnt that I do own some great bronzers. I also own some bronzers that are just no good for me. And I even discovered one that I nearly decluttered earlier this year, but I found the way to make it an awesome bronzer. Let's dig into the products. I am actually going to start with a mini because it's on the top of my list. It is the Ciate Bamboo Bronzer. Now, this actually came out of an advent calendar many moons ago. I don't know if this formula is the same as their normal bronzer formula. I don't even know if they make the bamboo bronzer anymore. I don't know. I don't really keep close track of Ciate. But what I do know about this product is I really like it. The formula is really nice and smooth. It blends well. The color is, you know, nice and just neutral. It works for me. It's not too yellow. It's not too pink. In saying that, I sometimes do love a pink bronzer, but we'll get into that. I like this product. I'm not going to get rid of it because, for one, good for travel, although I do have other minis which I could travel with, but something like this would take me no time to pan. I think the only issue is because it's in a small pan, you have to use a very specific type of brush to get in there that would also then be suitable for the job of bronzing. So it's not, you know, perfect, but it has a place in my life and I like the formula. So I'm trying to work out how much is in there. 2.2 grams. So it's a tiny little thing. I really like it. If you've tried the Ciate Bamboo Bronzer, let me know your thoughts, because this, I have nothing to compare it to. I've only tried this. I have a MAC bronzer here. I'm doing this in no particular order. Well, actually, I'm doing it in the exact order that they're on my list. So there's that. This is from the MAC Patric Starr collection. It is Give Me Life. Now, this one is, it's kind of a bit orangey. Can you see the comparison there? This one almost looks a bit pink toned in comparison to this one. This one's a little bit orangey yellow. Now, the issue is that it has quite heavy pigment. So when I pick this up to put it on, it goes on quite intense. But if I try to apply it lightly, I get patchiness, which it's not something that I ever want when I'm applying a bronzer. Because I apply bronzer in quite a large area of my face, it's almost the equivalent of wearing a patchy foundation. No ma'am, we don't do that around here. So this actually doesn't work for me. I think potentially this is simply better suited to someone with deeper skin than me. So this is not something that I can really get away with using. I am going to get rid of this one. But something that I love about this is this has the ever so slightest, most subtle glow, so it looks like radiant, healthy skin. I really, really like that about this product. I'm not gonna lie, I wish this color was right for me, because I'd stick it in my project pan next year and enjoy it all through summer. But even with a tan, this isn't like, I'm never gonna get that dark with a tan for this to suit me. So this one I'm gonna declutter. Let's talk about Nars. So I actually have two here from Nars. I have a full size of the Laguna powder. Thank you, bird. I know we do stan Laguna around here, don't we? And I also have a mini. Now the mini is used, the full size is not. This one is still fresh. I'm keeping both of these. These are one of those bronzers that... Could you be any more obnoxious, please? Laguna is one of those bronzers that is kind of like iconic in my life. When it comes to bronzers, this has sort of been in my makeup routine for as long as I can remember, really. It's a fantastic bronzer. I mean, look, we're going to get into some others that are staples. Actually, I might do them now so we can just sort of go over it. I'm doing this out of order. Okay, Hoola Benefit Hoola. There we go. These are also like a staple bronzer for me. I have two minis. One is used, one is unused. And then I have two of the full size. Again, one of them has been used. This one has, I've dug into that one. Whereas this one is still new. I did declutter the brush though because I can't be bothered. I also know that I have a pan of Laguna in one of my like individual pan palettes somewhere. I'm not really focusing on that, to be honest. This is just, it's too much. So I do have a lot of these kicking around. I know that it's a bit ridiculous to keep all of them, but for now I'm going to. I just am. In my mind, I kind of want to use this project to get rid of the things that I definitely don't want. And then as I like go through the year and, you know, I did my colored face product declutter earlier in the month, and I got a bit of flack for that because it wasn't like I didn't really declutter much, but that's because I'm literally working on these projects. I had my blush one is coming up, I've got my highlighter one coming up, and here is the bronzer one. So yeah, I don't know, these guys, yeah, it's too much bronzer. It's like enough to last me a few years, and what I've got going on in the tub is enough to last me even more years. But I'm just not going to get rid of them for now. It's fine. Things can be decluttered in the future. That's the way I look at it. But Nars, Laguna, and Benefit Hoola, they're kind of like, they've been staples for a very long time. I would say that if I was going to purchase a bronzer because I had none, I would go Nars Laguna. Simply because I prefer the packaging. This one here is the Fenty Cheeks Out Freestyle Cream Bronzer in the shade 01 Ambra. Now, this isn't a bronzer. It's just not. This is a contour shade, and I quite like it. So you can see there it's very grey and almost like maybe the ever so slightest hint of green in there as well. And if you compare them to the actual bronzers. Now, I don't contour much, but it is something that I like to have in my stash, mostly if I'm trying to accentuate my cheekbones even more. And what I like to do with this product is basically I get in here underneath my cheekbone and sort of I create like this tiny little like long triangle, right? And you go under the cheekbone and just down a little bit past, basically to like the base of the opening of your ear, essentially. You just create tiny little triangle and then blend it out so it doesn't look like an actual triangle. And that just helps to accentuate your cheekbones without it looking like you're, you know, gaunt, essentially. And don't get me wrong, sometimes I also enjoy the gaunt look. Personally, for me, I don't feel like I need to contour because I like the shape of my face, and I'm happy with what I've got going on. So usually you would use contouring to change the shape of your, or change the appearance of the shape of your face. So, you know, if that's something that you like to do, then I really like this product and I would recommend it. The formula is really nice and creamy. It's quite pigmented, but it also blends really, really nicely. Look, like super smooth. It looks great. And also, I have to admit that I feel like it looks quite natural. Sometimes with powders, and I find with powder contouring, and this, you know, might mostly be a personal thing, but I find when I'm using a powder contour, if I haven't powdered my face perfectly, you can get grabbing on like your foundation if your foundation is still sort of wet underneath. So usually when I powder my face, there are times when I miss right back here, and this area of the foundation is still a little bit wet. So I'll go in with contour powder, and sometimes this happens with bronzer as well, and it will stick. And good luck, and have great fun trying to fix that and blend it out without making it look muddy. So that's why I really like the cream version. Also, under foundation contouring, oh yeah, this is fantastic for that, because the formula is so thin. It doesn't start to look heavy and thick if you like contour your face and then put foundation over the top. I enjoy it. No, I don't use it often. Yes, it will go bad before I can finish it. However, when I want to use it, I want to be able to use this one because it's fantastic. And what can I say? I enjoy it. We're going to talk about another bronzing cream. This is from Nars. This is the Laguna Sunkissed bronzing cream. So they released this year, and when I saw it, I was like, hell yeah, I gotta try that. So it's a cream, and you'll be able to see there that it is significantly warmer than the Fenty, and also I would definitely say more pigmented, but that, I think that's appropriate. Now, I love this. I really, really enjoy this. I would even say, I would go so far as to say I prefer this over the powder version. I also have the liquid version of this, which I suppose we'll talk about them together. This one I'm definitely keeping, and if Nars make this a permanent item in their collection, I think this is the one that I will stick with going forward rather than buying the powder version. Not that I'm buying any bronzers, don't worry guys. This is the liquid Laguna version. So I purchased this because I was keen to start getting into more cream and liquid products because my skin is drier, yay. And before they released this, they already had this in their range. So I want to show you compared to this, but I don't want to get it everywhere. So this, look, this actually made it into my declutter drawer. It did, because I had issues with it. And then I was like, oh, I don't want to get rid of it. So I pulled it out and tried it again. You can see it is quite pigmented. You only need the smallest bit, but that was almost a full pump. And, you know, I'm trying to blend a full pump over a small surface of skin. But you can see it is very smooth. Now, the issue that I ran into with it is if you have dry, flaky skin, it will stick to your dry, flaky skin. Now, I experienced that mostly through winter this year, and that's when I was like, no ma'am, we can't be friends because I can't deal. However, my skin has balanced out a bit more. We're in summer now, and you know, exfoliate, hydrate, all that good stuff, and now it works beautifully for me. This isn't something I'm going to be able to use year round. I think I'm always going to have like dry skin issues, but I enjoy it, and I don't really want to get rid of it because I spent the money on it, and you know, I'm sure many of you can understand. I think what I need to do is maybe even chuck it in my project pan. Chuck it in my project pan for the warmer months, and try to get some use out of it. And I mean, you know, maybe I'll get lucky and my skin will be better in winter next year. I don't know. But what I can say is if you have normal skin, maybe even this might be okay on oily skin because it does set down. It's not like dewy or glossy or anything like that, but definitely normal skin, and you don't deal with like dry fucking flaky skin like I do, then this is absolutely beautiful. I mean, I would put them on par. I kind of prefer this because I feel like it's easier to use than this, but this is probably a bit more diverse. You could put this into a moisturizer and use it on your legs. You could use this on your body. Like, I feel like this definitely has a place. I definitely understand why Nars has it in their repertoire. And also, when I mentioned that I wanted to buy this, I had so many comments of people saying that product is bomb. It's amazing. You'll love it. Go get it. And I did. Initially, I really enjoyed it, but then I had the fucking dry flakiness and I was, you know, frustrated and struggling a little bit. So I was like, just get rid of it. But yeah, I don't think that this is really going to be something that I'll be able to buy in the future because it's not something I can use year round. Let's talk about my most bougie bronzer. It comes in a little bag. It's got its own little protection baggie. This is from Tom Ford. It is the bronzing powder in the shade 02 Terra. Now, I actually found this at the Estee Lauder corporate store, and I was like, hell yeah, I'm buying that to try it out. I was a bit concerned that it might be a little bit dark for me when I saw it, because looking at it in the pan, and I think what throws it off is actually the gold backing. I was like, I don't know, man, this looks like it might not work for me. It was the last one. They had no samples, so I was like, I'll take a gamble. Turns out it's fucking beautiful. So it is a bit of a neutral kind of shade, but it leans a little bit warm. It bronzes beautifully. The formula is silky smooth. It blends so nicely. I really, really like this product. I kind of squirrel it away. I wear it on days when I'm like, it's a special occasion. I want to feel bougie and extra. But in saying that, even though I try not to use it excessively, this is something that I would happily pan and repurchase in the future. I really like the formula. I think it's great. I think it's a nice treat. No, this wouldn't be my go-to bronzer because I feel like I would go through this in a heartbeat. How much is in there? 8.7 grams? Really? I mean, Hoola has 8 grams in it. This has more product than Hoola? What? Wow, I'm shocked. Okay, I mean, look, moral of the story is this is a great deal. No, it's expensive. I don't actually know how much it costs in Australia. Let's Google it. So this is $105 at Mecca. It's a treat. It's definitely a big treat. But also, I don't mind treat makeup every now and then. I would like to have, like, you know, this as my sort of go-to daily bronzer and this as my special treat bronzer. And if you're looking for a special treat bronzer, like, the formula is lovely. Okay, let's talk about this. This is from Marc Jacobs. It is the Tantastic bronzer. It's the size of my head. This contains 25 grams. Would you fall over if I said that contained 8 grams? I thought maybe that'd be a funny joke, but it's not funny. So there's a color difference between the Tom Ford and the Marc Jacobs. I would say that this one actually makes the Tom Ford look slightly pinker. But in saying that, the Tom Ford is very neutral. This is a beautiful bronzer as well. The pigmentation is, I wouldn't say it's light. I mean, you can see there it swatches quite well, so there is quite a bit of pigment when you pick it up, but the formula allows you to blend it so easily. So you can easily go for a lighter finish or a more full-on, you know, middle of summer super bronzy look if that's your vibe. Here I go. I've just said, like, Nars is a staple, Hoola is a staple. I'd buy Nars again if I ran out of bronzer, but then, you know, I'd happily live with one of these and a bougie treat. But then I'm like, if I had no bronzer, I would confidently buy one of these because, I mean, it's huge, it's gonna last you a long time, the formula is really nice. I mean, what can I say? These are the products that I really, really love. I do tend to think that bronzer is one of those items that you only need a few of them. Anything more than 2 or 3, you're being excessive, I'm being excessive, but also I look at these and I love them. I enjoy them. They're great products. Okay, let's balance this out by talking about this product from MAC. This is also a great product, but this product is not for me. This is the... birds. No, man. Leave. Go. Go. Shoot. You. Go. Go. Oh my god. This one is not gonna shoot. It's a baby magpie, and it has been coming to our house ever since it was a baby. Its parents bring it here because we feed the magpies, because otherwise the local magpies they swoop the children. So we feed them, and the magpies are like, we're friends, the babies are safe. But it's a problem because then, like, the baby is, I'm going shoo, 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 and it's like, are you trying to feed me, human? My god, my god. So if you're hearing the noisy bird, I'm very sorry, it's not going to go away. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if it comes into the room wanting a feed. Let's go back to this. This is a Beiging Beauty Radiant Matte Bronzing Powder from MAC. Now, this is... I just think it's a little bit too dark for me. I mean, you can see there the difference. If Tom Ford and Marc Jacobs work for me, you might be able to tell that this is verging on just a bit too dark. For me to wear this, I have to use a very light hand, I have to use a very sparse brush, but then things start to look patchy, and it just doesn't work out. This is better suited for darker skin tones, if you ask me. I do really like that this again has that really subtle glow. They call it a radiant matte bronzing powder, and that is true. It is, you know, a very pretty sort of glowy powder. Can you see how that, like, you try and blend it and it doesn't really hit the mark on my skin. It's too dark. Let's talk about Nabla. So these are the Skin Bronzing Sunkissed Effect Bronzing Powders. I have 2 shades here. I have Ambra and I have Dune. Now, Ambra is like my shade. This is what, you know, I would say is the perfect color for me. And Dune. I don't know what it is about that word, but it's not June like the month, it's Dune, D-U-N-E. I feel like when it's coming out of my mouth, it doesn't sound right. So that one's Dune. Moving right along. I can wear both of these. They're both fine. I think this one is ever so slightly too dark for me, and probably good for me if I had a nice tan. The formula of this is so... I don't know how to describe it. It's one of those like bouncy types of products. Like, it's a powder, but it's got some bounce to it. And something about that allows it to just blend so beautifully. I don't know what it is about this type of formula. In fact, I don't even know what type of formula these are called, where it's like, it's a powder, but it's got some movement to it. Like, it's not a cream to powder formula. It's not a powder to cream formula. It's powder, but it's bouncy. I don't know how to really... I don't know. My brain is just like, this is strange, but it's great. And it just blends so beautifully. Now, I'm not going to keep both of them. I am just going to keep Ambra. But This would be a really good summer shade for me, but I'm not tanned. I can tell you right now. I'm also, my tags are hanging out. How long you been there? That's rude. I'm not gonna hold on to it because I do have, you know, a stack of bronzers here, and I don't need, listen, if I'm keeping 2 full-size Hoola bronzers, then I need to get rid of some other stuff, according to me. So that one can go, but I am keeping the Ambra one, and I think this is a beautiful formula. I would recommend them for sure. Okay, let's talk about this guy, which I'm actually going to put in my project pan next year. This is an Ulta Beauty matte bronzer. They say that this is the shade Cool. I think it's, yeah. I mean, when we compare it here, it does look quite cool. It's got those pink tones to it, pinky gray tones. I actually really like this one. It's not, you know, holy grail, and Ulta Beauty is not sold here in Australia. This was sent by a subscriber, but what I've tried from Ulta I really enjoy, and this is no different. I feel like this is it's a nice smooth product, so it blends really easily. The color is nice. It almost like bronzes and contours at the same time, and that's what I like out of a bronzing powder, something that can sort of help to accentuate like my cheekbones, but then also warm up the perimeter of my face. So I really like this. I am going to chuck it in my project pan next year. I'm going to give it a red hot crack. I'm going to do a quarterly project pan again next year. So yeah, I enjoy this. I think it's nice, and I'm going to hold on to it. I also have Colourpop Perk Up. Now, I don't mind this, but I don't really love it. So this is fairly warm, as you can see, especially comparing it to the Ulta bronzer. I feel like with the Ulta bronzer, when I was wearing it, I was like, this isn't cool. What are they talking about? But now when we see it compared like this, I'm like, oh yeah, all right then. All right, I gotcha. So this isn't bad, but I don't love this. I feel like I could probably pan this, but also, do I really care all that much? I have so many that I love. I feel like I'd be better off just focusing on them. I don't want you guys to get an impression that this is like a bad product. It's fine. Like, it's fine. It does the job. The formula is smooth. The pigmentation is good. It doesn't go on patchy. There's no issues like that. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just like, I'm not super excited by it because I already have a collection that is, you know, full of products that I love and I find quite exciting. So I'm actually going to get rid of that one. And the last one, here we go. This is from the Balm. It is the Bahama Mama Bronzer. I actually had a bit of a hard time with this one, guys. So I found this difficult to blend, which surprised me. I'm pretty sure I've used a mini of these before. I don't know. I didn't really get along too well with this one. Maybe it's actually a little bit dark for me. Maybe that's the issue. Or no, maybe it's just a bit patchy, and yeah, I don't know. I'm actually going to get rid of it. I had a hard time with this. All right, guys, so I'm going to leave that there. Like I said, I decluttered 5 bronzers. I'm keeping 10 full size and 4 minis. That's a lot, but it's fine because I'm excited to use my collection. You will see some of these in my project pan next year as well. But I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go and enjoy my bronzer collection. Leave your comments down below if you've tried any of these products and you know, have good things to say, neutral things to say, or even negative things to say. You know, your feedback is very welcome. I know some people love to use the comment section to like check out other people's mini reviews because I'm just one person. It's just my single thoughts. But I know some other people don't like Hoola. They don't like I don't know. They don't like the Laguna. stuff. Other people have different thoughts on makeup, basically. But also let me know what your favorite bronzer is, like all-time favorite bronzer, even if it's not in this video. Just let me know down below. And if you are a cream bronzer fan, let me know what your favorite cream bronzer is. This is mine, but I haven't tried too many. So alright guys, that's it. I am off. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.